In this video, you will learn how to graph a logarithmic function. Remember that when we say y equals log base a of x, what we're saying is what is the value of the exponent that we need on a to get x. In other words, a logarithm is in fact an exponent. We also want to show that logarithms are in fact inverses of exponential functions, and so are reflections of the line y equals x. We're going to start our investigation of graphing logarithmic functions by taking a look at the function y equals log base 2 of x. So oftentimes when we want to graph a logarithmic function, it's easier if we rewrite it in its exponential form. So we can write this one as 2 to the y equals x. And once I do that, it's fairly easy for me to make a table of values. And then a little bit different than what we normally do, we're going to choose values for y and then solve for the corresponding x. So if y is 0, we have 2 to the 0, which is 1. If y is 1, 2 to the first is 2. If y is 2, we have 2 squared equals 4. We can also choose negative numbers for y. If y equals -1, we get 1/2. And if y equals -2, we get 1/4. So I'm going to plot these on the set of axes here. 1, 0, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1/2 minus 1, 1/4 minus 2. And what we notice is that this graph actually is going to have a vertical asymptote here at the y-axis, or x equals 0. We should also notice that it has a x-intercept of 1, 0. The range is -infinity to infinity, and the domain is 0 to infinity. Now, just to show you that this is in fact the inverse of y equals 2 to the x, we'll make a small table of x, y values for this function. So I'm going to choose the same values for x that I chose for y. And if I plug in a 0, 2 to the 0 is 1. We have 2, 4, 1/2, and 1/4. So 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, -1, 1/2, and -2, 1/4. And we have this exponential function, y equals 2 to the x. Now what you should notice is when you look at the set of ordered pairs, all that we've done is actually switch the x and y coordinates, and in fact these are reflections over the line y equals x. So on the next page I have an example of two different functions. I have log base 3 of x, and I also have 3 to the x. They are also inverse functions, and they are reflections across the line y equals x. So just in general, when you're graphing a logarithmic function, we can shift these graphs around and stretch these graphs just like we've graphed everything else. So when we do that, our a value is our stretch factor. Our h value is a horizontal shift, and our k value is a vertical shift up or down. When we're graphing a logarithmic function, we're going to notice that our vertical asymptote is always given by this h value. The range will always be minus infinity to infinity, and the domain will vary depending on how we've shifted. Let's look at the next slide for an example. Let's take a look at the example y equals log base 4 of x minus 5. If we write this in that general form, we notice that the stretch factor is just 1, so there really is no stretching going on. The horizontal shift is 0, so our vertical asymptote is going to be at 0, x equals 0, and our vertical shift is down 5 units. So if we take a look at if we take a look and rewrite this in exponential form, we would first add 5. So if we add 5, we'll get y plus 5 equals log base 4 of x. And then if we write it in exponential form, 4 to the y plus 5 is equal to x. So now, just like before, we can choose values for y and then solve for the corresponding x. I'm going to start with y being negative 5 because I notice that negative 5 plus 5 is 0, and 4 to the 0 will give me 1. And then I'll plug in negative 4, giving me 4 to the first, which is 4. Negative 3 will give me 4 squared, which is 16. And I'll also choose negative 6 and negative 7. So 4 to the negative 6 plus 5 is 4 to the negative 1, or 1/4. And similarly, 4 to the negative 7 plus 5 is 4 to the negative 2, or 1/16. So if I plot these on this scale over here, and this is a 7, the scale on this would be 1, 2, 3, and that goes up to 7. So I'm going to plot 1, negative 5, 4, negative 4. Of course, I can't do 16, negative 3, but I can do 1/4, negative 6, and 1/16, and we'll notice we get this curve here. So we can see that our vertical asymptote is right here at x equals 0. Our range is minus infinity to infinity, and our domain, since I didn't shift it to the right, is actually 0 to infinity. Here is an application problem. What is the magnitude on a Richter scale of an earthquake of intensity 10 to the 6.8 times I sub 0? Well, we have a formula for magnitude. The Richter scale, R, is log of I over I sub 0. So if I take my intensity and plug this in, I get log 10 to the 6.8 times I sub 0 over I sub 0. Those will cancel. So I have log of 10 to the 6.8. And of course, we don't write it, but this is log base 10 of 10 to the 6.8, which says, what power do I have to raise 10 to get 10 to the 6.8? And our answer is 6.8. So the magnitude is 6.8. Now, we briefly discussed that logarithmic functions and exponential functions are inverses. And so we would like to be able to find the inverse of one of these kinds of functions. And just as a refresher, to find an inverse, we replace f of x with y, we switch the x and y coordinates, we solve for y, and then we replace y with our f inverse notation. So we're going to do that for a couple of these functions here. So for this first one, y equals log base 4 of x plus 5. We will start by switching the x and the y. X equals log base 4 of y plus 5. If I'm trying to solve for y, I'm going to start by finding or getting log base 4 of y by itself. So we will subtract 5, log base 4 of y, and then I will rewrite this in exponential form. So that will give me 4 to the x minus 5 equals y. And then as our last step, we'll just replace our y with our inverse notation. So 4 to the x minus 5 is the inverse of log base 4 of x plus 5. So let's do that again. Again, we're going to replace our x and our y. We're going to switch those. I will add 2. And then I will convert it to exponential form. So 3 to the x plus 2 equals y. So we get the inverse of this logarithmic function is 3 to the x plus 2. For this last example, let's go the other way. Let's start with an exponential function, 3 to the x minus 2, and find its inverse, which will be a logarithmic function. So I'm again going to start by switching the x and the y coordinate. And then I want to solve for y, which is in the exponent. So I will make a log base 3 of x equals y minus 2, converting it to logarithmic form. And then to solve for y, we'll add 2. So we'll have log base 3 of x plus 2 is equal to y. And then as our final step, we'll call it the inverse, log base 3 of x plus 2. That concludes this video. Thank you.